At it again. Hey, and listen, Trump's lawyer is just darn good. I mean, the chick and this guy, I don't even know his name, but Trump's got some good lawyers. That's for darn sure. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new. And if you would like to help me out even further with the YouTube algorithm, all right, watch this video to the very end. It helps out tremendously. And of course, it gets this video out to more people. Liking, leaving a comment, and watching the video to the end helps spread the message, which of course, we definitely need to do in light of what's actually going on around here. And, we need to wake a few folks up still that are zombified, still walking around here, unfortunately. Sheesh Louise. I truly don't understand how people could be sleepwalking around here, but as we all have seen, there are some folks out here that are still sleepwalking and believe Democrats are, the best thing since sliced bread, unfortunately, which is crazy. But it's up to us to wake them up. So let's do that and spread this message to everyone. All right. And with that being said, let's dive in.
Earlier this morning, we had the chance to speak to one of Mr. Trump's defense attorneys, John Lauro. We started with the timing of a trial. The special counsel said yesterday he would like to see a speedy trial. That is 70 days from now. Are you ready to go? Would you like to see a speedy trial?
Well, the speedy trial right is the defendant's right, not the government's right. So we're entitled to understand what the charges are. We're entitled to do our own investigation. The special counsel or the Justice Department, the Biden Justice Department, has had 3 years to investigate this. To take President Trump to trial in 90 days, of course, is absurd. The question is, why do they want to do that? If you want to seek justice, then you need to offer President Trump an opportunity to get a hold of all the evidence and understand what the facts are.
Well, I assume you're confident you can win this case.
Absolutely. We're going to win.
Yeah. Would you, at a minimum, say you'd like to see this resolved before the election?
I want to get to all the evidence. I want to have a chance to present our case to a jury. This is the first time that the First Amendment has been criminal.
Oh, man, if I remember correctly, the last person that Trump's lawyer went on with tried to pull the same thing. She was like, did you catch how she worded that? She was like, I would assume you are confident, right? Trying to frame it in such a way that, would make it seem that if he wasn't confident, they would want to push it out. But if he is so confident, why not do it now, right? That's the way it sounded to me. Y'all can let me know in the comment section how it sounded to y'all. But that's the way it sounded to me, how she tried to frame it. So if he said, oh, no, let's push it out. Well, then it sounds like, oh, well, you're not so confident, huh? You're not so confident, but I'll run it back and y'all let me know. What do y'all think?
An opportunity to get, of course, is absurd. Or the Justice Department, the Biden Justice Department, has had 3 years to investigate this. To take President Trump to trial in 90 days, of course, is absurd. The question is, why do they want to do that? If you want to seek justice, then you need to offer President Trump an opportunity to get a hold of all the evidence and understand what the facts are.
Well, I assume you're confident you can win this case.
Absolutely. We're going to win.
Yeah. Would you, at a minimum, say you'd like to see this resolved before the election?
I want to get to all the evidence. I want to have a chance to present our case to a jury. This is the first time that the First Amendment has been criminalized.
How did that sound to y'all? Let me know. Let me know.
It's the first time that a sitting president is attacking a political opponent on First Amendment grounds and basically making a criminal to state your position and to engage in political
advocacy. Got to give you a little time out on that one because, of
we've
course,
never seen that before.
Well, the indictment specifically says that the president has a First Amendment right to speech.
Yes.
He even has a First Amendment right to lie. It says it right here.
Absolutely.
This indictment is criminalizing conduct, not speech.
No, it's criminalizing speech for this reason. What the president saw in the 2020 election was all these irregularities going on. Okay, affidavits, sworn testimony, examples of instances where the rules were changed in the middle of the game. He had every right to comment on that and act politically. In a criminal case, what they would have to show is all of that speech was not entitled to First Amendment protection.
But we're not talking about
They'll
speech.
never be able to do it.
It's very explicit. It says, though Jack Smith saw this very argument coming, it says he is being indicted for conduct using unlawful means of discounting legitimate votes and subverting the election results.
He says
He can speak all day. He can't engage in conduct.
Of course, you can take action in the political sphere. For example, let's say somebody opposes a law in Congress. Do a filibuster, right? That's political speech. That's political action. There's nothing wrong with that. But what we have something that no one else realizes.
There is something wrong with sending fake electors, trying to go beyond and around the law.
These weren't fake electors. These were alternate electors, which John Kennedy did in 1960. It was an exact protocol that was followed previously.
Different situation, and the indictment alleges that some of these alternative electors, I'll use your words, weren't even aware. They thought this would only come up if there were a legit.
Different situation. Like, I'm sure it's a different situation when I can't recall the guy's name, but was it in I want to say it was like 1920s or like 1915, 1913. I don't know. It was somewhere around there, I believe, where the guy ran from prison in a presidential election. Now, he only received like 3 or 4% of the vote. I think it was 3% of the vote, but he still ran. In the year before, he only had 5. So, I mean, it didn't really drop by a whole lot, you know, him being actually in prison. If I remember the numbers correctly on that, if anybody recalls that guy's name, let us all know in the comments section in the year that happened, because I know I'm off. It was a long time ago, though. Very, very long ago. Over 100 years ago. Sheesh. Holy cow. Wow. Incredible. But I'm sure that was a totally different situation. You know, I'm sure, because you know that's what Democrats are going to say.
Legitimate dispute.
Absolutely. And what President Trump had was an actual opinion of counsel that his request to Vice President Pence was completely lawful and completely constitutional.
He also had many opinions of his own White House counsel that was not legal.
No, you're entitled to believe and trust advice of counsel. You had one of the leading constitutional scholars in the United States, John Eastman, say to President Trump, this is a protocol that you can follow. It's legal. That eliminates criminal intent.
That is one lawyer. He had his White House counsel saying that was not true. This is a fringe legal theory.
Here's the thing, though.
So because somebody else said something different, I'm supposed to believe them and not these people over here. Like, I have to believe them and not them. I think the last interviewer did the same thing. Said some of the same stuff. Well, these people over here were saying, no. So you should have believed them and not these people over here that were saying yes. Oh, man, this stuff is incredible, man. You can't make this up.
That is a White House counsel saying that was not true. This is a fringe legal theory.
Here's the thing, though. The government in a criminal case has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt criminal intent and corrupt intent. They have to demonstrate beyond a reasonable doubt that, number one, President Trump did not believe that all these irregularities were true, and number two, that he did something to corruptly obstruct justice. And they can't prove that because everything he did was to get at the truth. Filing lawsuits, asking for recounts, asking Vice President Pence, pause the counting so you can go back to the states and re-audit.
The prosecutor says, let's go to trial. I'm ready in 70 days. Fair enough. You're not ready in 70 days. How about 90? How about 6 months? How about before the election?
How about he had 3.5 years? Why don't we make it equal? Okay. The bottom line is that they have 60 federal agents working on this, 60 lawyers, all kinds of government personnel, and we get this indictment and they want to go to trial in 90 days. Does that sound like justice to you?
Well, maybe.
Is that justice?
The prosecutor's not here to say. Maybe he's investigating so that he's ready to go to trial in 70 days.
Is it justice to force a former president of the United States to...
She's not going to answer the question.
...trial in 90 days when you've had 3 years to investigate?
Well, as you well know, no one can force that. As you pointed out, it is the defendant's right to a speedy trial.
Why would a prosecutor ask for that? Why would a prosecutor seeking justice, seeking truth, try to force a trial?
Well, I don't know, but you just told me 10 seconds ago that they wanted to tie him up in court so he can't run for election, and now you're telling me they're trying to force the speedy trial.
Right now.
So which one?
The election's going on right now.
Okay.
They want to go to trial so that instead of debating the issues against Joe Biden, that the President Trump is sitting in a courtroom. How is that justice? The American people want to talk about the issues. What they don't want to do is relitigate the 2020 election.
Hey. Hey, that lawyer's on point in my humble opinion. That lawyer, that's a bad brother right there. That's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell that she ain't really for Trump. You know, you could tell, and he just had an answer for everything. Well, how about we get this done before the election? No, they had 3 years to put this together. How about we take the same 3 years to get it done? They had 3 years, all types of lawyers and government personnel. You know, they had a whole squad, a whole football roster trying to put this stuff together for 3 years. 3 years. I mean, the least we could do is take the same amount of time. We don't have a football roster, but give us the same 3 years to combat this stuff. How about that? And I agree. Yeah. But that guy's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And hey, shout out to him. If you ever run into any legal troubles, you probably should hire that guy because he's on point. I'm sure he's very expensive too. Very, very expensive. Extremely expensive. But yeah, man, y'all let me know how y'all felt about this in the comment section. I just think it's funny how, you know, all of these interviewers, or the ones that we've seen thus far, where, you know, Trump's lawyers have, you know, sat down or stopped and spoke with individuals, how biased they clearly are. How biased they clearly are. You know, the way that they word their questions, and, you know, some of them try to make it seem as if they aren't biased. But if you just sit back and listen to them, like, you could tell, you know, like, she's clearly biased, you know. I might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night. I'm not stupid, okay? I can put 2 and 2 together and it equals 4, right? If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? You know, so it's funny when they try to hide their bias, but it just oozes out of their pores almost. It just oozes out in their questioning. It's like, come on, man, stop trying to hide it. Stop trying to hide it. What are we doing here? Like, it's clear as day. I see through the smoke screen. You know, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But kudos to Trump's lawyer, because he stood his ground and absolutely combated everything that she said in spectacular fashion. I love to see it. I love to hear it. But as always, y'all let me know what y'all thought about it in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.